we're able to take those mundane tasks, give them to robots, elevate the work and the type of job that our people do, focus more on customer service. But this is a tool. I said this before. AI is a tool.
Okay, we got another interesting episode of Let's Make IT Simple. And Travis, today we're talking about a topic that I know really gets you going. This is a really interesting topic. It's a hot topic for everyone right now. But we're talking about AI again, but specifically robotic process automation. Did I say that right?
You did.
Robotic.
You did. They're related, right? AI and RPA are related topics, but they play well together. But they are a bit different.
Yeah, so let's get into that, because I know with robotic process automation, it kind of has to do with how AI is implemented or helps businesses. There's certain processes that happen within businesses, but I'll just open it up to you and let you talk about it.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you can tie them together. That's the thing. They can work as a team. So robotic process automation, it's what it sounds like, right? It's robots automating processes in your business. And so if you think about your business in terms of the tasks you perform on a regular basis that are the same tasks that can be automated, this is where a tool like an RPA can come in and help you out. It's interesting because there's a lot of different people who make RPAs out there. Microsoft makes one called Power Automate. And a lot of folks may have access to this in their company and not even know it. And so if you have like a premium Microsoft 365 license, you have access to Power Automate, and you may not be doing anything with it, but that's what it is. It's to essentially manage and deploy workflows to automate, right, processes that recur, that are sort of patterns that happen a lot in your business. Save you time, because instead of you doing it, the robot's doing it.
Now, what I would imagine a lot of business owners or business managers are thinking, if I'm not in, a factory, or I'm not dealing with like manufacturing, that type of thing, what kind of processes can I actually automate? So what would you say to that?
So don't think of it as like robots in the sense of like machines that are like with arms and that are building and assembling like automotive parts. Think of it as software robots, right, that are actually doing tasks. So you can use this to automate business process in your company. So maybe you have a certain thing you're doing on the sales side, and you want to know that when you reach a certain point with your sales software, you have it kick off a different activity in a separate piece of software, maybe in a spreadsheet, or maybe in a calendar, or maybe in a PowerPoint presentation, or whatever the case may be. But you want one item over here that is traditionally not connected to do something in a software over here that is also traditionally not connected. And how do you get these two pieces of software to know about each other and to actually take cues from one another? And so that's the idea. You can build out workflows, business process, right, automation, so that when a trigger occurs, it causes another event to occur, maybe in another department, right? Or maybe for another user, or maybe to do the next step in this process that you're trying to develop for your sales team, or for your accounting team, or for whomever, whichever department. So that's the Microsoft side. There are RPAs out there that are industry specific. There are RPAs out there that are generic. But one of the things I want to say about RPAs that they all kind of have in common, and this is getting a little bit deeper, right? But they have the ability commonly to pull together what we call APIs, right? Application programming interfaces. This is a little deep, so there's only going to be a certain section of the audience who really knows what I'm talking about. So I'll try to dumb it down. But basically, when you write a piece of software, these days, it's common for that software to also come with what's called an API. It's essentially a way for other pieces of software to interface with that software, to talk to it. It's kind of a backdoor connection. So instead of going into the front door and you click on buttons to make it do things, you can write scripts and code that just reach out to the software and have it do those things. And it just does it in the background. And then you can have data sent out of that software back to you for whatever thing you're trying to accomplish. But that's very powerful if you understand how to work with APIs, and then you hook up your APIs to your RPAs. Sorry for all the acronyms. You can automate a tremendous amount of work in your company. And so this is not, but I will say like the Power Automate stuff is a little bit more user friendly on the front end. But especially for medium-sized businesses that maybe have some technological talent inside the organization, who maybe have a little bit more of a budget to really start putting some of this stuff to work, there's some very powerful and incredible things you can do with RPAs. And for the smaller business, there are these front-end tools that are provided through Microsoft that also will allow you to do really cool stuff with it. So I just want to, I wanted to talk about this to make businesses aware of the fact that these are things that are available to them that they can take advantage of. But the other cool thing, and something we've been doing a lot with lately, and I don't want to spill all of our sauce, but we have been able to integrate artificial intelligence with our RPA, and it does all kinds of cool stuff. And it's smart-ish, and it can think, and it can make decisions and take actions based on the data we're giving it. And it has automated quite a few tasks very intelligently and allowed us to change the makeup of a lot of the support work we do. And it really it's starting to help us elevate our staff and move them towards more complex problems, as well as dealing more with customer service related issues. And again, we're at the tip of the spear right now on this, and just the tip of the iceberg as well as far as what we've done. But I'm telling you, and you know this, we've already seen massive results from the little bit we've done so far. And we're going to do, basically, this is all we're working on all year for one of our departments. And I can't wait to see what comes from it.
We're into some really cool stuff right now. I wish we could talk even more about that, but obviously, like you said, we don't want to give away all the things that make us
all the secrets.
All the secrets, right?
I do want to say this. Well, go ahead, Bobby, if you had a question there.
Oh, I was just going to say, so just kind of swinging back to APIs, and then you have your RPAs here, like, so you have this robotic process. You could almost, I always think in terms of illustrations, and this could be totally off. I know you're really good at this, so feel free to make some edits. But I'm thinking of it as like you have a truck or an ATV or something, and it does all this stuff for you. It's awesome. You can beef it up and do things within that process or that program itself. But it also has a hitch, and with that hitch, you can throw a trailer on there. You can plug that up so the trailer has power and they're both connected to each other. And that gives you even more options, more things that you can do. And I kind of see the API as that hitch access that can link these two things together. Now, is that a usable example?
Yeah. Okay. So you got the two different softwares and you're connecting them. Yes. The big takeaway I want for people is that the things you do in the front of a piece of software, when you look at it, like when you log into it and click around, most of that stuff, sometimes more than just those things, you can make the software do without logging into it and clicking around on it. You can make other software do it. So, because if you hook up APIs, reporting is really something that can take advantage of APIs, right? Like, what if you wanted to create a combined report where you're taking data from maybe your accounting software, or your ticketing system, or your sales software, okay, or maybe your procurement or inventory software, and you're trying to get the data together from these different platforms that don't natively. They're from different manufacturers, right? And they don't natively play together. And you're trying to get that data, and you're trying to put it all in one spot so that you can actually present a report of some sort that you want to look at to analyze what's happening in your company. Well, if each of those pieces of software has an API, and you have somebody who knows how to connect to them, you know somebody who knows how to do some business analytics and create some reporting, they can hook up those APIs and pull down that data programmatically and have that report assembled automatically and delivered to you every week from those different sources. That's just like one example of what APIs can allow you to do. But you can also have APIs that actually perform functions. And again, this is where the business process piece comes in, right? Is that you connect all those APIs instead of directly to each other, you can put them into your RPA. So they're all connected to the RPA, and then you can feed the RPA instructions. And the RPA has step programming, so you can build workflows out that say like, if this, then that. So if you get this request, then go do these 10 things. And part of those 10 things is one of them is reach out to the software, make it do this, and reach out to that software, make it do that. And so, for those of you out there who maybe, really think about it, get creative here about what you can do with this. I can give you an example. I will give away a little bit of secret sauce here. We use this to streamline certain repetitive tasks in our organization with regards to our customers, like customer onboarding. This bringing on a new customer and setting them up, that can be anywhere from 50 to 150 steps. Could include purchasing licensing, applying that licensing to the server, creating the user and their domain controller, building out the group that they're a part of, making sure that they have the correct permission set, all this stuff, right? Well, that for us on average has been about a 30-minute to an hour process to get through it for a new user. We're now doing that whole process in between 3 and 5 minutes because we have implemented this in our business. We've saved tremendous time. We've increased accuracy, right? So we do it correctly the first time. There's less human error, right? So you actually have a consistent result. So we're doing it faster. We're doing it better. And the thing is that it's repeatable for all of our customers. But we also have the ability to make some customizations for those customers as well. So when a customer has something very specific that they want in their environment, we have ways to create that customization for them and not for everybody else. So it still is a custom experience. It's not just one size fits all. It can still be a custom experience that is the same every time, that happens quickly. And obviously that saves us time, saves the customer time. And they like the fact that we're not making mistakes. It's getting set up correctly the first time. And so that goes a long, long way. And customers out there, people out there who have, for you guys who have your own business that does, things different from IT support, you can do the same thing with your customers with RPAs. And a little bit more of the magic, I do want to talk about this. We're not using AI to talk to our customers. That's a mistake, in my opinion. I think the biggest nightmare is to pick up the phone, call somebody for help, and talk to a robot, in my opinion. I think that's just awful. And I'm not going to do that to my customers. So I don't want to do that to them. That's not the way to take advantage of artificial intelligence. If you think that AI is a chatbot and that you should use it to talk to your customers, knock yourself out. You're missing the point. That's a mistake. That's not what we're doing. So I'll just put that out there. Because I am worried somebody will watch this and be like, Simpleworks uses AI to talk to their. No, we don't. Humans only talk to humans, but AI can think, can do other things that need done. And when you figure out how to make it do it, wow, it's incredible. And I'm having so much fun with this, and our team is having so much fun with this, and we are automating all the things, and it is phenomenal. I'm so excited about it. It's just amazing.
Yeah. This is, it definitely, like you said, tip of the spear is, it kind of seems like an understatement. But this seems like one of those big moments where it's just a complete, almost like a paradigm shift, right? Like where the way that things were being done is completely changing, but completely. Keeping in mind something, because every time we have this conversation, one of the things that comes up is this fear that, robots and AI are going to take over and humans aren't going to matter anymore, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's going to start with us losing our jobs and accelerate on to who knows what. Let's clarify something in this.
Yeah.
How do humans, and we can even talk specifically, you already spoke about how Simpleworks, we don't use AI to answer phone calls or speak to customers. Are humans still being used in this process? Why is it still necessary to have the human touch
Yeah.
within the process of automation and AI?
Great question, and so I'll speak to it from our perspective, when specifically, okay, because that's the I'm most equipped to give examples of how we've been able to how we see our people being important in this process. So the first thing is that there are a lot of the people you hire, and a lot of people we hire, they're very intelligent. All the people we hire are intelligent, and some of them are very, very intelligent. They're really, really good at what they do because this is technology, right? Do you want those people doing sort of mundane, routine tasks that can be automated? Do you want them doing that? You don't, because they're smart and they're talented, and they're capable. There are complex tasks at hand. You want them spending their time on those tasks. So you elevate your staff's work by reducing the mundane, right? Giving the mundane to the robot. So that's the first thing. You augment their job by allowing these tools to maybe do some things that are not only mundane, uh, but you get them involved in the preparation work for you have them do some data gathering so that your people are ready to do their job and they're as informed as possible by the time the work comes to them. So you use it to get them prepared to do their work. But when it comes to customer service, we don't want to automate that away. And just, I mean, maybe I'm not going to be a Luddite here. I'm not going to be the guy who doesn't get it and who gets quoted on, the internet forever saying that this will never happen. But, maybe at some point AI will be good enough that you could put it in touch with a person and nobody would have a problem with that. This would probably be something that would happen after you have an AI assistant in your home that you deal with on a daily basis, that you're super excited about working with. And then you have that same experience transition into business, fine. But that's probably, in my mind, the path that it would take. You would do it personally first, and then if you started seeing it in companies, it wouldn't bother you as much because you're already used to it. But I don't think we're there or close to there. So you still want humans to do the customer service aspect, right? You still want to talk to a person when you have a problem because you want somebody you can relate to, who can get what you're trying to say, and you can build a relationship with them and have a rapport with them. You can't have a rapport with a robot. So, so we still see an enormous need in having our customers interface with our people. But we're able to take those mundane tasks, give them to robots, elevate the work and the type of job that our people do, focus more on customer service. But this is a tool. I said this before. AI is a tool. There was a time when you wanted to drill a hole in a stick. If you go way back, you had to chip off a piece of shale, to make a sharp rock, and you had to spin it in a twig, and then you'd have a hole. We evolved in our technology from that point to eventually a manual drill, to a corded drill, to a wireless cordless drill. But what we still have? Carpenters. Okay. Carpenter didn't go away. Someone still has to have the vision. Someone still has to have the desire, right? Somebody still has to oversee the project and make sure that it's actually forming in the way that they want it. AI is a tool, and it needs to be in the hands of the person who has the vision. They wield that tool. AI is a tool to be wielded. So don't fear it. Is it going to eliminate some jobs? Without a doubt. It's definitely eliminating future jobs. I already see that in our organization. AI is going to allow us to scale up the staff that we have in a whole new way, where we will have to hire fewer people going forward as we grow because of the fact that we've been able to, automate so much of what we're doing already, and we'll be able to automate so much more. Again, of just the routine. Jobs will also change. And this is the thing that I want to point out. If you're in a field that you're really worried about this, lean into the technology, learn as much as you can about it, and become the person in your vertical who knows about it, and then become the expert in it. Again, I said that before in our last time we kind of talked about AI. I recommend that still.
So to summarize, as we always do, Travis, 30 seconds or less, robotic process automation. How is this helpful to businesses?
Sure. So RPAs, robotic process automation software that allows you to use robots to automate processes in your company, right? It's software that allows you to create workflows and often tie multiple different pieces of software together to accomplish combined tasks. It's incredible. you should be using it in your company, and you might already have it. Go check it out.